Hello Stampers, I'm Kelly Acheson at stampabove.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. I am dressed in a big cuddly sweater today because this morning it was 4 degrees with a 20 below wind chill. Why do I live someplace that hurts my face when I go outside? I don't know. And you know what else I did? I accidentally cracked the passenger side window like it was down a little bit when I got home last night, and I didn't realize it, so I didn't roll it up. And we got snow, and Steve said the car was full of snow this morning. Yay, yay me. Well, we're gonna have a lot of fun today because I have a brand new online class to share with you using the Painted Poppies suite. And I'm going to tell you all about it, let you know how you can get it, what's included in it, and I'm going to make some cards for you using it, along with the Painted Poppy or the Poppy Elements, which are a super fun little kind of embellishment kit that goes along with the whole Poppy suite. So we're going to have a lot of fun today on this freezing cold day in Wisconsin. Let's flip this camera around. I'll give you all the details on the online class and show you some pretty cool things with the Painted Poppies. So first of all, I'm going to pop in here just in case some of you are new to me or maybe you haven't paid much attention to the suite. Last month, I had an online class with the, what are these called? These are, oh, they're going to be right here. This is the Peaceful Moments bundle. And there's some flowers missing out of here because I've got a card buffet this weekend and they're packed up ready to go. But the Peaceful Moments bundle has the floral and leaf dies in it with the Great Sentiment stamp set. The Painted Poppies has all the floral images, and oh my gosh, these are so delicious. I have had so much fun with this. And the dies that coordinate with those. So there's some other elements to this suite, and for my online class, what you're going to find included with that is if you order option number 1, now I have 3 options with my regular monthly online class. If you order option number 1, you will be getting, first of all, the Painted Poppies bundle. You're going to get the Peaceful Poppies Designer Series paper. You're also going to get a pack of the sequins, a roll of the Whisper White crinkled seam binding ribbon, and a package of the Peaceful Poppies elements. All of this can be yours. When you order option number 1, you get the online class from me for free, and you're going to get a bonus cardstock pack that is going to give you all of the cardstock layers to make 8 cards plus a bonus card. So you're going to, I want to make it clear that it does not include designer series paper. You have to have that on your own. Now, when you order the option number 1 from me, you're going to get to choose a celebration item. And you guys are aware that celebration are these beautiful things, and you get to pick one of the $50 options for free. Now, and I'm telling you 50, even though the online class with the entire bundle of products I just mentioned is $106. That includes tax and shipping, so it drops it down below $100. You're going to get to choose one $50 celebration item to go along with your bundle for the online class. Get the online class free and a cardstock pack of pre-cut cardstock to make a total of 9 cards. That cardstock pack is only included in your orders if you order prior to or on February 21st. I'm going to be cutting up some extra cardstock packs, so hopefully I'll have some for a while. But depending on how fast they go, just know that the cutoff date is February 21st to get the bonus cardstock pack included with option number 1. Now, option number 2 includes the online class and the pre-cut cardstock pack. You must again order that by February 21st. That's $35. Or you can get just the online class for $20. You've got option 1, option 2, option 3. And you're going to find all of those on my blog. If you're watching on YouTube right now, Underneath the video is a place where you can click to see a blog link. It's going to give you more information, all my links to stuff. You can click right on there and go to my blog and see all the details for this. But super, super excited about this. One of the things that I'm going to be using today for the cards that I'm making is the Peaceful Poppies elements. And you get 2 sheets of each one of the elements in here. This is included with option number 1. And I have to tell you, I'm pretty sure this is more than 1 package of these because I've been using them like crazy. You can see here that I've got a whole bunch of empty, almost empty sheets. But you get 2 sheets of these. These are die cut scallops, banners, and circles that are all embossed. You're going to get 2 sheets of vellum embossed flowers and leaves that are really fun elements. 2 sheets of die cut colored or printed elements. And then there's 2 sheets of elements that are on watercolor paper. And I know it's hard to see, but these are embossed with flowers and leaf images. So you can do some watercoloring on them. So I'm going to show you what I came up with these. And then if you do order the online class from me, at the end, in the very, maybe it'll be a bonus video, or at the end of the last video for the cards, each card includes an exclusive video tutorial. I'm going to show you 23 different cards using the Peaceful Poppies suite of products. So you're going to have a gazillion ideas. Now, when you're watching that video, you can pause it when I hold up a card and make the video stop so that you can get everything together to make that card. There won't be any written instructions for the 23 cards at the end, but you will get to see them, and they're pretty self-explanatory, so you'll know how to make them. Just one of the little bonuses that I plan to give you this month with the Painted Poppies online class. Now, if you missed the Peaceful Poppies online class or Peaceful Moments, that's still available on my blog. You can go check that out. In the right-hand column is an online class button. Just click on that and it'll show you all my online classes. All right, so let's get busy here. I am going to bring in, where did my cardstock go? Right here. I'm going to bring in my cardstock layers. I've got kind of a neat little technique for you to use with this card. This is my card base of Poppy Parade. It is 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to fold that and burnish that edge good. I always like to get a good crisp edge on it. And then I've got some other elements here. So I've got a piece of Pool Party. This piece is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and all of these dimensions can be found on my blog so that you can find them with still photos and a complete shopping list you can check out on my video or on my blog too. Then I've got a layer of crumb cake. This is 3 3/4 by 5. An inside Whisper White layer that is 4 by 5 1/4. I've got a scrap of black and 2 pieces of this designer series paper that is part of the gorgeous Peaceful Poppies designer series paper. This paper is so delicious. If you decide to place an order on your own, get 2 packs of this because you will never be disappointed that you did that. All right, so this piece is 1 by 5, and the smaller piece is 1/2 inch by 4, 3/4 by 4. Oh, yeah, 3/4. 3/4 of an inch by 4. That's going to go on our inside layer. So the first thing that I wanted to do is I am missing a little label die in this set, and I'll show that to you. You can see it right here. So there's a big label, which is this one, and then a little label. That's packed up for my card buffet. But what we're going to do here is take out this neat element and die cut 2 of those. And then we're going to take this neat element, and it's a great idea just to put this right in the middle of your pool party layer because we're going to be covering that layer up. So maximize your cardstock, right? Die cut these, 2 of this, 1 of this, die cut these in your Big Shot. And I've already done that to save a little bit of time. So I've got 2 black elements. I love these edge elements. and also this. And I'm just calling this a swirly circle because, well, it's a swirly circle. Okay, crumb cake layer is the layer that we're going to work with. Oh, you also need a scrap of Whisper White. So here's a scrap of Whisper White. I'm going to take my Memento ink pad, and now I'm pulling in from, I'm pulling in from the Peaceful Moments. This was our sentiment set that is part of this huge suite. But if you don't happen to have this, you can use any greeting about this size. It's going to work just fine. And I'm going to ink this up and stamp that nice and black greeting there. And then I'm bringing in my 1 3/4 inch circle punch. This is a good size for this greeting. And then I'm going to grab my Poppy Parade ink. And I think, oh, yep. I've got this image. I think this is my favorite one. Like, there's some really neat images in here. I love this splatter look. And this blobby thing is great. That actually stamps inside that flower. It doesn't match up perfectly, but it's a really unique look. But this, I love these little poppies. Field of poppies. So I'm just going to take this, and I want to add just a little bit of interest onto this layer. And I'm just going to stamp some of those little poppies coming right in there on the edge. Now we're going to clean this off so we can use it again. And I'm going to bring in my crumb cake ink now. And my crumb cake layer. Oh, we can put this together too. What am I doing? I need to pay attention here. We're just going to add this right to the center of our scribbly, swirly circle thing. There we go. Isn't that just pretty? I love that look. Okay. Then we've got our crumb cake layer. So I'm going to take my Field of Poppies and I'm going to stamp this. Now I want to make sure that I'm going off the bottom and the left side here. Just like that. Okay. Very pretty. Now the cool thing that I thought of to do with this is, rather than, this is crumb cake, so I wasn't sure if I could color over that, how it would look if I used markers or Stampin' Blends. So I'm just going to bring in my Wink of Stella and add some glimmer to the tops, or the flowers I should say, not just the tops, but to the flowers themselves. And when I got done with this, I thought it was such a neat look. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to share this with you guys, because this is a really easy way to add a little bit of bling to your card. And it's just so charming, I guess is a good word for it. I love the look of this. I don't think I need to really color all of these because some of them are going to be covered up. But what do you guys think? Is that not just really cool? I thought that was really cool. Okay, so enough of my cool card. All right, we're going to take this 1 by 5 inch piece of Designer Series paper, and we're going to bring in these border elements. I needed 2 of them, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit of glue right to the edge. We've got that little border on the edge. You don't want to squeeze out too much glue because you don't want this coming out all over the place. I'm going to move one of these out of the way, bring in this piece, and if your layer is 5 inches long, these are going to match up just fine. And then here comes that other one. I just find this the easiest way to add something like this. I'm just leaving a tiny little bit of that black border on the side by the Designer Series paper here. I just thought that would look really neat. Now we're going to add this to our crumb cake. This is a quick and easy card to make. And I'm just going to make sure that that black border goes right up along the edge of my crumb cake. Now we're going to bring in our pool party. And like I said in my last video, if you caught that one on Thursday, Layer, layer, layer. It just makes your cards, it takes them over the top from being, oh, that's nice, to wow. Layering does a lot for your cards. And as I said in my video yesterday, order some of the assorted packs of cardstock because you get several colors in our color families of each sheet. And it's just a good way to be able to stock up and have lots of colors at your fingertips. And then you can decide which ones do you gravitate towards. Do you use a lot of Poppy Parade? Then maybe you'll want to buy a whole pack of Poppy Parade. Or I use a lot of Pool Party. It's one of my favorite colors. So I would definitely need full packs of Pool Party, but completely up to you. Okay, here comes our swirly element, and I'm just going to add a few dimensionals to the back of this because, well, why wouldn't you? Dimensionals are cool. And I'm just going to put this kind of right in the center, from side to side, right in the center. And then last but not least, we do have that little bit of bling with the Wink of Stella on here. Let me get this closed up before I dip my card in it. But I thought, I don't know if I want to use... I thought maybe a few sequins would be really pretty on here, just to add a little bit more. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, if you happen to push things off the side of your desk over into the crack that nobody can reach on the floor, you can actually pick them up because these black pieces, these little borders, they went right over the side of my desk when I set my laptop over there. And I'm like, oh my Lord, I can't reach down in there because I'm too close to the wall. So I like dipped this down in there and I picked them up just like that. So multi-purpose, take your pick tool. You're welcome. I thought, oh, I have to share that with everybody because it's kind of funny. Yeah, that's what I was doing a little bit earlier. Now, I like to take some of these out of here so I can see them because when they're in here, they're kind of tricky to see what you're looking for. And I want one of these red ones, maybe, let's see if I can get, there we go. They're kind of staticky. Here in Wisconsin, we have a lot of static cling in the winter. So I'm kind of dealing with that. Look there, see, they're sticking to me. And then I think I want a gold one because that's going to be really attractive. Oops, there's a white one trying to hitchhike in there. And I want one more. You should always add odd numbers of elements to your projects. And I see that I have another one here on my naughty finger. So I'm gonna pull that off and put it right down here. Oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? Such a pretty, pretty card. Now, for the inside, I decided that I wanted to, hang on, let me get these out of here. Whoops, and then I just dump them all over. You're brilliant, Kelly. Some days, right? I didn't think, I thought they would stick to the lid, but they didn't stick as well as I thought they would. Okay, here we go. Boom. The inside layer, I decided I wanted to leave it blank so that I had room to write. Now, the greeting on the front is, these are the moments we'll look back on with joy. Well, what comes to mind for me? My baby girl's having a baby in April, and I thought this would be just a wonderful card when she invites me over to see our little baby. We don't know her name yet. Her middle name is Lee, but we don't know what her first name is going to be yet because they won't tell us, and I hate that, but whatever. I'm okay. It's their secret, and I'm respectful of it, but it makes me crazy. Anyways, when we go over to see our little bundle of joy, maybe I can send this card to her and tell her thank you for letting me spend time with blank Lee. We don't know. She's going to be born on 4/20, or that's her due date. So my husband's been calling her Weed because if you're familiar with the marijuana something or another, I don't know. Maybe that's too much information, but that's some date. 4/20 is some date to do with, I don't even remember. But anyways, so that's why he's been calling her Weed. Weed Lee. I kill myself. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have shared that, but I thought it was pretty funny. So if they would have told her if they would have told us the baby's name, I wouldn't need to call her Weed Lee. All right, so what do you guys think of this? Do you want to see another card? Because I do have another card to show you. I haven't actually made this one yet, so based on what's going on here right now, it could be rather interesting. I am going to bring in all the elements. I put this one together in my head, and here we go. Whew. All right. So I've got a card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5. This is our Whisper White Thick card base, and it's scored at 4.25. I always score the Whisper White Thick because it's a little bit thicker than our regular cardstock. It's much thicker than our Whisper White plain cardstock. But then I have a piece of, let me turn over my little cheat note here. I have a piece of Designer Series paper. This is the one that has the pretty washed out watercolory poppy on the back and these gorgeous flowers on the front. This is 4 by 5.25. Then I've got a piece of the green stripes, and this piece is 2 3/4 by 5.25. I am just going to add this, whoops, and a piece of black. I almost forgot, see, because I don't have the card made to look at. 2 7/8 by 5.25. So I want this green striped side to be on the front of my card. And I'm going to bring that in here, and that little bit of black border I think is going to be striking. Well, let's see if I can get it on here straight, because that'll make it striking. And if I can't, not so much. Okay, then we're going to add this to the front. And here we go. Isn't that pretty? I don't know. This just grabbed me. I thought, oh, this is going to be so pretty with that pop of poppy behind there. All right, now what I'd like to do is I have some of our crinkled seam binding, and this stuff is so fun, you guys. I probably should have done this first, but we'll see how things go. I have our dark poppy parade, and I am going to color this ribbon. And I just thought this would add a really nice pop of color to the green stripes on the front of my card. And I could be totally wrong, so we're going to find out if it's actually going to add a pop of color or if it's just going to be obnoxious. It's kind of dangerous not making a card up ahead of time when you just have something in your head, because sometimes they don't always go as you plan. You guys know how that works, right? You have this idea in your head and you finally get it all together and then it looks horrendous. Doesn't happen very often, but from time to time it does. So I love this little crinkled seam binding because, of course, you can color it. Let me get that little edge there. With our markers, I missed a spot. And it goes right through to the other side. You don't have to do both sides. I do see that I missed a little bit here, though. So it's really, really cool for that. So I've just got 2 pieces of ribbon here. I should actually maybe measure these for you so you know what I'm working with. So hang on. Get out my Stampin' Up ruler here. I've got about 13 inches, and this one is going to be 7. So 13 and 7 inches. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to just add it to the front of this layer. And I've got my crazy Amish tape here. You've heard the story about the Amish tape and my hate of it, but I'm still using it because I am stubborn like that. I'm going to use it all up and then never buy it again. Okay, there we go. So I've got that there. Then I wanted a bow. And of course I'm going to bring in my handy dandy bow jig. Now if you don't have one of these, you can just make a bow. But I love this thing because I want a triple bow. And I could be wrong about this. We're going to find out. I wrapped that around there 3 times. And now oh, this is a little short. You might want to make your ribbon a little bit longer. What did I say this was? 13 inches? Make it like 15. I should write that down. Hang on. Let me write that down so I don't forget to. 15 inches and 7 inches of ribbon. So I can write this up in the blog post and give you guys all the deets. Okay, let's see how that looks. So I've got 3. Oh, this one's coming out good. Look at how pretty that is. This one's kind of stuck in there. So I'll take out my fabulous picker-upper tool, right? I was laughing my butt off when I was like balancing myself over the edge of the desk. You know how when something falls like between your dryer and the wall or something and you're trying to like get in there? That's what I looked like. It was quite ridiculous, I might add. Okay, I'm gonna trim this at a slant or an angle. Oh, isn't that pretty? I like that. Okay, next, I might just bring that in there like that, but I'm not sure yet. So here is the rest of my idea for my card. This little black scrap right here, I am going to use my embossing buddy, and I'm going to get all the static off of that baby. I've got Versamark ink and my white embossing powder. And the sentiment, all I want from this is the word happiness. So it doesn't really matter what it says, but I want happiness. So I'm gonna stamp that in Versamark ink. I'm gonna dump some white embossing powder on there. Oh, that looks so nice, doesn't it? Put this away. And heat set it. I've got my old heat gun plugged in over here. My other one's packed up for classes as usual. I love the magic when I'm embossing. Oh, look at how much caffeine I've had today. That tells me how shaky I am. There we go. Everything is shiny. Okay, so here was my brilliant idea. I have seen a lot of artisans, card makers. You know, Stampin' Up! Has an artisan team. They're the people that have like, they're dripping in creative talent. And I have seen a lot of artisans doing this lately, so I know that it's a thing. And I thought, well, I can get in on this thing. So all you do is pick a word out and then cut out your word. It always seems to be black with white embossing. And I'm just gonna make this a little bit more curly-whirly. Or you could cut straight if you don't want to do this, but I think this is a neat look. And I thought I'd just give it a whirl here and see how it will look, because I tried several different things with my idea, and a whole greeting like this, like on a tag or something, it just didn't work for me. All right, now, where are those poppy elements? Right here. So we've got all these poppy elements here. I decided I wanted to use this one, and it doesn't look like much, but it'll look like something in just a second. And then I decided to grab one of the scallops off of this one. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, I'm going to put this scalloped thing on mini dimensionals. Now, I just realized that if I just put my mini dimensionals down the middle of my scallop piece, they're just going to be on this piece of ribbon, and it's going to allow this whole thing to flop around. You guys know I've talked to you about that before and how I really despise that. So I am going to see if I can straddle that so I can catch some of the paper here so I don't have that problem. All right, let's see how I did. Oh, I should have used the black dimensionals. They're in my little bin under my desk, and I always forget to use them, but they would have been perfect on here. I'm going to put this kind of right in the middle, just like this. Yep, and I feel it. It's catching the paper, so it's not going to wiggle around with my ribbon. And then this. So I've got Poppy Parade and Mossy Meadow Stampin' Right markers. And I know this is hard for you to see these flowers, but I'm going to tilt it in the light so I can see what I've got going on here. And I'm just going to color. This could be a complete disaster. We might have to make a whole different game plan here. But I'm going to see how this goes. Now, you don't necessarily need to stay in the lines when you're coloring these, because it's meant to be a watercolor look, and watercolor is never like real precise and perfect, right? And I think once you get done with it, you take a step back and look at it, you're going to be very happy. As I'm doing it really close up here, it's you know, sometimes when you're closer to it, it just kind of looks like a big old mess and you're like, oh my Lord, I'm not doing anything with that. But give it a chance, take a step back, look at it from a little bit of a distance, or, you know, get up, take a potty break, come back to it and check it out. Okay, I think I got all the little flowers. Okay, now you can see those cute little flowers. They're adorable. I love them. And then I'm going to come in with Wink of Stella. And I'm just going to make it bleed a little bit. You can see how that's bleeding, right? You can also see how I got ink all over my finger. But it wouldn't be a good day if I didn't have ink all over the place. So now I'm just going in here and making these bleed a little bit. Because it's watercolor, and watercolor is not precise and perfect, like I said. And this is adding sparkle to my cute little flowers. Okay, you guys, what do you think of those? You saw how simple that was, right? I'm going to wipe that off a little bit. Then I'm going to come in. Don't let me lose my happiness. I'm going to come in with my Mossy Meadow. Let's see if I can get a hold of this. And I'm just going to add some green in here. And you're like, Kelly, what are you doing? You're ruining it. Ugh. No, I'm not. Ready? And now I'm just bleeding out that green a little bit. But we're still going to have those darker lines in there. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? I saw somebody else do this on a totally different card, and I thought, oh my Lord. Actually, it was on one of our heart boxes. I thought, that is so pretty. So there, now I look like an artist. Ha! Okay, what I'm going to do with this, I am going to add this with some liquid glue. And don't forget, this is watercolor paper, so you can certainly use your aqua painter, which I just went to grab mine and it's missing. Oh no, there it is. You could use your aqua painter to just color on here too. And you have lots and lots of watercolor elements in these poppy elements. You get 2 sheets of these. There's big flowers, leaves, the flower with the stem, and then these cute little things. The field of flowers. Oh, I put glue on there. Okay, I'm gonna put this right here. I'm just gonna glue that right on to my layer. I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. Here's my happiness. I think I'm going to pop that up on some mini dimensionals. And then you guys are going to have to give me the final word. Like, you're going to have to leave a comment on YouTube or a comment on my blog, let me know, or comment on Facebook if that's where you're, you see this, what you think of this, because this is my kind of iffy. I don't know, you guys. I think it's kind of cool. Okay, hang on. Let's get it all together. Here we go. And then I've got my mini glue dots here and this bow. And I think I wanted to put that bow right there or right here. I think right here. What do you think? I think that's going to work good. So I've got the mini glue dot. I'm going to set it right up there on my banner. I like the side of it better. Isn't it weird how we do weird things like that? I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Do I need some sequins? Let's see if I should put some sequins on. Maybe. That one you can't even see. You do see it when you put it on colored paper. What do you think? Should I drop some sequins on there? I wish you could like come through my, how about a gold one? Here's a gold little flower. Now it's stuck to my finger. Ugh. I think those are kind of cool. I'm going to go with it. You guys can tell me whether I should have left the sequins off or kept them. Or maybe even added some more. I'm just putting some little dots of glue. And again, this was another card that really did come together pretty quickly. Oops. Maybe. It's going to make a liar out of me now. Push that into the glue. And then I don't think I have enough glue for this. There we go. Oh, that one's going to stick to my finger. I can feel it. So sometimes sequins can be kind of persnickety. That's my new redneck word for the day. What do you guys think? Is that pretty? I think that's really pretty. I love the stark green with the black. All right, so here are 2 cards using the painted poppies. I also combined the greetings from the Peaceful Moments in here. Okay, and those poppy elements are fabulous, but this again is another gorgeous, gorgeous bundle of products. And I hope you'll give my online class a try. I know I've had very good success with the one in January that used the Peaceful Moments, and now this one is the Painted Poppies that uses the other bundle. Both of them is a fabulous thing to have. And don't forget, at the end of the video in my online class, I'm going to be sharing 23 different cards using the both bundles. So I think you'll really enjoy that. Okay, click right up here to head over to my blog. You will find all the details for the online class. And also, please don't forget to click down here and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just recently hit 20,000 subscribers. I am so grateful to all of you. Share my video. You can share it on Facebook. You can share it on YouTube. That really helps me a lot because I want to continue to grow my subscriber base, and that's always helpful. And once again, you guys, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend it with me. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, I'll be live Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central Time on my Facebook page, A Stamp Above - Your Creative Coach. Go find it now. Click the like button. It'll give you a notification when I go live so you won't miss me. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.